It was the third month of the lockdown. Sarah thought isolation was her only problem until the noises started. Living alone in her one-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn, Sarah's life had settled into a mundane routine. Work, sleep, and video calls were her only connections to the outside world. Her apartment was small but quiet, the perfect place to ride out the pandemic. But one night, as she lay in bed scrolling through her phone, she heard it, a faint shuffling sound coming from the living room. She froze, listening intently. The building was old. She tried to convince herself it was just the pipes or her neighbors. The next night, the shuffling came again, this time followed by the creak of her couch. It sounded like someone sitting down. "Maybe I'm losing it," Sarah whispered to herself, her voice barely audible. She hadn't spoken to anyone face-to-face in weeks, after all. The third night, Sarah decided to leave her phone recording in the living room while she slept. She told herself it was for peace of mind. But when she played the recording back the next morning, she wished she hadn't. There were footsteps, slow, deliberate, circling the room. Then the sound of breathing, soft and raspy, as if coming from someone standing just behind the phone. She called the building manager, who assured her no one had entered her apartment. The locks were intact. She checked them herself 3 times before going to bed that night, but the noises continued. The shuffling became louder. Objects in her living room seemed slightly out of place when she woke up. A chair pulled back, a coffee mug moved to the edge of the table. One night, Sarah decided she couldn't take it anymore. She set up a video call with her best friend, Emma, leaving her laptop open on the living room table. "If anything happens," she told Emma, "you'll see it too." Hours later, Sarah fell asleep on her bed with the laptop streaming live. But at 3:07 a.m., Emma called her phone, frantic. "Sarah, wake up! Wake up now!" Emma screamed. Sarah jolted awake, grabbed her phone, and stumbled into the living room. The laptop screen was still streaming, but her friend's face was pale with terror. "There was someone standing behind you," Emma whispered. "Just now, on the screen. They walked into your bedroom." The call disconnected. Sarah spun around, her breath caught in her chest. The bedroom door creaked open slowly, and then she saw it. The reflection in the bedroom mirror wasn't hers. The next day, Sarah's neighbor noticed her door ajar. Her apartment was empty. The only thing left was her laptop, still streaming to an empty chair.